And everyone, Cam Newton has joined us. We're going to start with, let's see what's going on 1 second. Mark Daniels, followed by Doug Kyde. I'll encourage others to wait for him.
Hey, Cam, how are you?
Phenomenal.
Great to hear. So, Cam, what was your first impression about being named team captain?
Oh, man, listen, if words can't even explain, my feelings when I heard, I know a person may kind of see or kind of sense like it was almost as expected, but not for me though. Ever since I've first spoke to any personnel with the team, I wanted to make sure that, they understood my my drive and understanding that I'm not taking this opportunity for granted. And whether it's showing up as early as I do show up or leave as late as I leave, I know, people know that my heart is in the right place. And, as far as when it comes to this team, it's nothing that I wouldn't do besides put their best interests at heart. And to be named captain was just something that was just like rewarding to hear. But at the same time, now the real work kind of starts for me, knowing that I have to prove it each and every day. And I know I have people that's looking, to me of others, in that leadership council to kind of direct the team in the right way.
And I know you've worked with kids in the past. You do the 7-on-7 camps, and
Right.
you've been a captain before. But what does leadership mean to you, and how do you feel like you've developed as you've grown as a leader?
Well, just to be honest with you, I don't think a person of my caliber always gets his fair share of leadership, and I think coming to a team that has so much respect around the league and the sports world, and to be a captain for that, I think it kind of gives it validation to a degree. But nothing that I've done this year has been any different that I've done in years past. And I think that's why this is not the first time I've been a captain. So I think it's whether it's here or whether it's anywhere else, I think I've always grown and matured over the years and took a little bit of what makes this person great and apply it to myself and put my own kind of sizzle to it and to make it mine. But I haven't changed. So I think over the years, people kind of get jaded by, what they want to see rather than what is actually done and focus on that.
Thank you.
Cam, I'm going to have you just adjust that camera at the top just a little bit. Just tilt that down just a tiny bit. There you go. Much better. Thank you. Doug Kyde, followed by Mike Reese.
Hey, Cam, hope you're doing well. Just what was your reaction when Bill named you the starter in the team meeting as well?
That's another emotion that, is just hard to kind of explain in words. But, I've had a plan since I've been here just to become the best player I could possibly be coached and be coachable. And knowing that I will be coached by, the game's finest and Josh McDaniels and Coach Jed, as well as, obviously Coach Belichick. And, those guys haven't let me down yet. And I just try to be of service in any way, shape, form I possibly can be. And anything that they ask of me to do, it's my job to do it.
Next question, Mike Reese, followed by Bob Sosi.
Great. Cam, I want to ask you about the Patriots offense. What excites you about what you can do in this offense?
I think the most exciting thing is that nobody knows, and you're still not going to know. So you just got to tune in and see. Yeah, that's what excites me the most, because everybody's kind of having the same questions like, what are they going to do? Are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? Are they going to do that or do this? And I'm not going to tell you. Hey, come on, it's almost game week, guy. You can't just, let all the tricks out of the hat.
So Sunday, September 13th, 1 o'clock. Is that what you're saying? Stay tuned.
Just stay tuned. I mean, I don't think it's the best of my or the team's interest to just start riddling off the things that we're going to do or what I'm most excited about. But at the same time, we have to be smart. I have to be smart, and knowing that it's an everyday kind of learning process, and I haven't mastered it yet. I don't even think they have to a degree. But at the same time, just having the mental to continually to get better, constantly, strive to understand, well, number one, what your flaws are and get better at it.
Next question, Bob Sosi, followed by Evan Lazar.
Yeah, thanks, Stacy. Hi, Cam. Yes, the words you just said, understanding what your flaws are and getting better at them. Bill was on Sirius XM radio
Hmm.
a couple of days ago, and he talked about that quality in you, and that you're someone who doesn't just work on things you're good at, but you work on things that need improvement. A lot of guys may not do that. I'm curious where that comes from. What in you, what part of your drive pushes you to address those areas, those flaws, as you say, that need improvement?
I'm a realist, right? And I think, being in the position that I'm in right now, I understand that I have a lot to prove, right? And I told challenge the coaches as well as Coach Bill to push me to, if whatever sees fit for me to be better, I want to work on it. And with that being said, I know with what I have to prove, nothing will ever exceed my expectations for myself. So once I, kind of feel as if that I'm grasping something, then I go back into the bag of tricks to kind of see which one that I haven't kind of mastered yet. And it's all under the same umbrella of this offense, but making making things kind of slow down for me is something that consistency is needed in.
And going back in your background, I heard your junior college coach Brad Francione say that when you were with him, you kind of challenged him on the practice. You wanted to know why you were doing certain drills, what his thought process was on the practice field with things. And I'm curious if that kind of a inquisitiveness takes place with Bill, and how much you appreciate that with him, which you've gained from that experience.
I think it comes from me not wanting to be like a robot. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody says go left, okay, coach, I'm going to go left, but just tell me why I'm going left. Right's closed. Okay, I'm going left. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times players can kind of not get in their own way, or even get in their own way with not necessarily understanding and knowing why. And when you start thinking like your coach, it becomes easier, especially in my position, knowing, you have to in essence be the coach on the field when coaches aren't available to be on the field. And, the more that you have a grasp of certain things, the better off you'll be.
Thank you.
Next question, Evan Lazar, followed by Ben Volen.
Hey, Cam, throughout your career, we've seen you rush the ball well over 100 times, in many of the seasons that you've played in the NFL. Do you feel physically like you could still run the ball 130 times, 120 times, and be able to, play the entire season still?
As long as I have legs, I think I'll have the ability to. It's just making myself available when needed if asked to do so, and we'll go from there.
Thanks, Cam.
Ben Volen, followed by Aiden Curran.
Hey, Cam. My question's along similar lines. I know the last few years in Carolina, you put a lot of effort into maintaining your body and maybe getting your weight down a little bit. Just how do you feel with your body and where you're at physically right now? And do you think you're ready for the rigors of a 16-game schedule?
We're just gonna have to see. Just gonna have to see. Nothing that I say right now that it will make sense until you actually see it. So whether I say I don't think I am, doesn't matter if I say I'm ready. I think the headline will be what the headline will be. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to make any type of promises, and I'm just about showing and proving.
We'll go Aiden Curran, followed by Steve Sanchez.
Hey Cam, a lot was made about the relationship with you and Bill Belichick when you came in, whether you guys would mesh or not. It seems like things are going really well early on. Just curious, has anything surprised you about Bill Belichick, and just your overall initial impressions of your relationship with him at this juncture?
I don't think nothing has pretty much changed. If anything, you gain to even appreciate his greatness even more. He's an unbelievable teacher of the game. And I think that's not highlighted enough, especially from a person of his caliber and his status, having the success that he's had over, the X amount of years that he's been here or even been anywhere of coaching. And you understand why he's so successful. And not only him, but it's his coaching staff. He does a great job with trusting in his coaches to get the job done, and even in his players too. And it's a common theme that get the job done, or if not, then we're gonna find somebody to get the job done. And with that type of mantra with him, he knows that he's gonna put everybody in the best position for them to succeed, and you're going to know why you're doing certain things. And I didn't necessarily not appreciate it before, but I think that's the biggest thing that kind of stuck out is that he doesn't sacrifice no time without making it a point of emphasis for a certain drill. Okay, this is third and short, be aware for this. Okay, this is, a gotta have a situation. Okay, this is backed up. Okay, hold on, stop. Let me explain this. Hey, Cam, this, then the third, while you're doing certain things, no need to take a timeout. You need to take a timeout. You can't have a sack. Just for him to have that understanding and wherewithal in all situations, it's no wonder why why this team has been so successful over the years.
It looks like our final question will be Steve Sanchez. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, Stacy. Hey, Cam, what's going on?
What's up, guy?
Stan, I just want to ask you, you played in front of crowds as a high schooler, college, pros. Can you imagine what it's going to feel like in week one with hardly any, there's nobody going to be there. Have you envisioned that yet, or has that gone through your mind yet?
Tell me your name one more time. Is it Steve? They said Steve?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Steve, let me tell you something about me, right? I played a lot of football in my day, from college football, high school football, junior college football, professional football. I think I done named recreational football. I've played a lot of football in many different atmospheres, and I would describe this particular atmosphere on a higher level. And when I say higher, I really mean higher. It's kind of like junior college. You know, I feel like in a lot of ways, this kind of point in my life, it kind of feels like that as well. I know I have so much to prove with an opportunity of a lifetime. And with that being said, there's many times in junior college I look back and I say we played games in front of ourselves, and it was meaningful. It was meaningful games, but at the end of the day, everybody didn't necessarily show up. So I don't play this game, you know, just for the validation of people, if that makes sense to you. I mean, I love the fans and I love the energy that our fans do bring, and I can't wait because that's something that I've never seen and something that I've witnessed on the other side. So, are you to answer your question, I can't wait till the doors open. But for me, this is not a foreign position that I've ever been in, because I've played in front of nobody before. And at the end of the day, I think it's going to come down to being very strategic on both sides, just to see who executes the most or who executes the best. But all in all, you just got to understand and abide by the rules. And from what I saw, a lot of teams aren't going to be playing for at least 2 to 3 weeks, and you just got to get your mind ready. And I think, especially being here, being a Patriot, you're going to be prepared for it. And that's what gives us all confidence, knowing that, we're going to be prepared for every situation. And I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Thank you, sir.
we're going to take one final question. Karen Guregian, you get the last question.
Great. Thank you. Hi, Cam.
How are you?
Good. Like the hat.
Thank you.
I know it's a tough business and you're used to watching players leave, but I was just wondering your thoughts on not having Mohamed Sanu anymore, and you know how tough that is sometimes for players.
Well, I reached out to him, and you know, Mo, he was really the first person that made himself available. You know, when I signed here. And it was tough for me because I don't actually, you know, read into, you know, football stuff when I'm at home, heading home, you know, because it's just something that we do all day long, and obviously with this schedule, it's around the clock anyway. So when my cousin told me, it just struck. I thought it was planned, and I just know. Each and every year there's always a surprise, and to be honest with you, I won't be surprised if something else happens, not here, but just in the NFL that, you know, you just didn't see coming. So for me, man, I wish Mo the best, and you know, this game brings so many of us together. So no matter if we're on a team or not, we will always be connected as friends and genuine people, you know, long after we can, you know, play this game. So I think that's the biggest thing that you have to get from it is, okay, even if it's not here, even somewhere else, you know you got a friend, and know you have a person that's going to be rooting for you.
Great. Thank you, Cam.
Thank you very much, Cam. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
How do we inspire people to lead their healthiest lives? How do we bring everyone together so that healthcare finally works for all of us? We know how. We are the how. Optum. How well gets done.
What's my retirement savings plan? Oil, baby. Oil. Sprinkler pipe. Diane!
Ready or not. Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you're ready for the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
For over 60 years, this team has transformed itself into a championship organization. For over 160 years, our team has demonstrated a similar mentality. There are no days off. Our front lines are fortified by people who sacrifice individuality for the team. Our shelves are also stocked with the best quality products and ingredients. Our team members know their roles. We're proud to do our jobs. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the 6-time champion New England Patriots.
My Caleb sofa and love seat. With Bob's discount, you get both pieces for just $7.99.
$7.99? Are you joking?
Do I look like I'm joking?
Yes, you look like you're joking.
I'm serious.
Cool.
Get Bob's discount! How do we inspire people to lead their healthiest lives? How do we bring everyone together so that healthcare finally works for all of us? We know how. We are the how. Optum. How well gets done.
What's my retirement savings plan? Oil, baby. Oil.